Okay, let's dive in. There's this statistic that's just, wow,
Oh, yeah. What's that?
about YouTube in India. Just a few years back, there were maybe, what, 11 channels with over 1 million subscribers?
Right. A tiny number, relatively speaking.
And today, it's over 11,000.
11,000. That's incredible growth. It
Mhm.
really highlights how dynamic this whole creator thing is.
Exactly. And that kind of explosion, that potential, is what we really want to unpack today.
So we're digging into what's going on.
Yeah, we've gone through some key uh, bits of info straight from YouTube HQ, basically.
Okay, like what?
Well, there are these couple of interviews with the CEO, Neil Mohan, one on Curly Tails, another with Colin and Samir. Really insightful stuff.
Ah, okay. Direct from the top.
And also, TubeBuddy did a good summary of like the big plans and announcements for 2025.
Got it. So interviews and official announcements, that gives a pretty solid picture.
Right. Think of this as, the essential download. We're pulling out what matters for you, someone who wants the big picture on YouTube, the creator economy, AI's role,
Hmm.
all that jazz, without getting buried in info.
Makes sense. A deep dive, but focused. Extracting the actionable stuff and the future trends.
Precisely. So given all that, where's the best place to start? There's so much ground to cover.
Well, maybe start with the money. The sheer size of the creator economy is pretty foundational.
Good point. That $70 billion figure from the Curly Tails interview,
Mm-hmm.
that's how much YouTube paid out to creators in just the last 3 years.
70 billion. It just underscores how massive this ecosystem has become, doesn't it? It's a serious economic force.
It really is. And what's fascinating is how creators are earning that money is changing.
Oh,
How so?
yeah.
TubeBuddy highlighted this. More than half the channels earning, say, 5 figures or more. They're now making money from things other than just ads and premium subscriptions.
Okay, that's significant. Diversification.
Exactly. It feels healthier, more sustainable maybe, less reliance on just one thing.
Yeah, definitely. Mohan talked about that too, right? Listing all the ways creators can earn now.
He did. On Curly Tails, he mentioned ads, of course, but also memberships, Super Chat, Super Stickers. That's the fan funding stuff.
Right. And branded content deals.
Yep, branded content and also video commerce. Shopping directly from videos. It's becoming a much broader toolkit.
It really is. And Mohan seemed pretty bullish that it's not like too crowded yet. He thinks there's still a lot of room for growth.
Which kind of loops back to that India statistic, right? If it can grow that much there, it suggests the potential is still huge globally.
For sure. It's not a zero-sum game, seems to be the message. Opportunity keeps expanding.
Okay, so the money side is booming and diversifying. What about where people are actually watching? That's shifting too, isn't it?
Massively. This stat from TubeBuddy was pretty eye-opening. In the US, YouTube on connected TVs, smart TVs, consoles, streaming sticks, has actually overtaken mobile as the main way people watch.
Wow, really? Overtaking mobile. That feels like a huge shift. We always think of YouTube as a phone thing.
I know, right? But it makes sense when you think about it. People settling in on the couch.
And the implications are big. Probably means longer watch times, right? More binge watching, maybe.
Exactly. People behave differently on a TV screen compared to a phone. It's more like traditional TV viewing.
So creators need to adapt.
Seems like it. YouTube's own advice, highlighted by TubeBuddy, was basically be sharp, be bingeable, and be browsable.
Sharp, bingeable, browsable. Okay, break that down.
Sharp is about quality visuals matter more on a big screen. Bingeable means longer content, stuff that keeps you watching episode after episode, or just longer videos in general.
Makes sense. And browsable.
That's about making your channel homepage easy to navigate on a TV remote, thinking about how people discover your other stuff once they're watching on the big screen.
Gotcha. And this isn't just a US thing, is it? Mohan mentioned India, too.
He did. Said India's connected TV audience quadrupled 4x growth in just 3 years.
Wow.
And get this, a 400% jump in top creators seeing most of their views coming from TVs. It's definitely a global wave.
So, lesson learned. Think about the living room viewer. Okay. That brings us to the elephant in the room, maybe? AI.
Huh, yeah. Artificial intelligence. It's everywhere.
There's been a lot of buzz about, AI just making content. But YouTube's angle seems a bit different.
Yeah, it seems less about AI replacing creators and more about AI helping creators. That was Mohan's perspective, and TubeBuddy echoed it.
Helping how? Like tools.
Exactly. Tools for things creators already do. Editing, coming up with script ideas, translating videos, making thumbnails, streamlining production, that sort of thing.
So augmenting human creativity, not replacing it. like a superpowered assistant,
That seems to be the vision, and we're already seeing some of these tools roll out.
like the auto-dubbing.
Right. That's huge. It's available to everyone in the partner program now, and apparently over 40% of watch time on dubbed videos comes from the dubbed language.
40%.
Yeah.
That's massive for reaching new audiences without having to manually dub everything.
Totally. Then there's Dream Track for making music for shorts with text prompts.
Oh yeah, I saw that. And Dream Screen for backgrounds.
Yep, AI-generated image or video backgrounds, pushing creative boundaries, like you said.
And it's not just post-production, right?
Yeah.
They mentioned AI helping with planning too.
Yeah, tools in YouTube Studio itself. Stuff to help brainstorm video outlines, suggest titles, even thumbnail ideas. Plus, the recommendation AI is always getting smarter to, get your video to the right eyeballs faster.
Okay, so lots of potential upside with AI tools.
Hmm.
But there are downsides too, right? Challenges.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Big ones. Colin and Samir talked about this deep fakes, misinformation. It's a serious concern.
And that whole idea of name, image, and likeness ID
Yeah.
for creators, like proving you are who you say you are digitally.
Exactly. They told that story about Mohan's voice being cloned for some fake online casino ad. Scary stuff.
Yeah.
Shows how easily this tech can be misused.
Yeah, that's worrying. What about completely AI-generated creators, like that Quell Cop example they brought up? Is YouTube going to be flooded?
That's the fear, isn't it? Will it drown out human creators? It raises questions about, authenticity and what people actually connect with on the platform. Is it just the content, or is it the person behind it?
Good question. Okay, let's shift gears slightly to shorts. Big focus for YouTube, but monetization has been, well, a question mark.
It has. But there's some positive news there. Colin and Samir mentioned that the actual payouts to Shorts creators have gone up every single month since they launched the revenue share model.
Oh, okay, so it is growing. It's not just a static thing.
Seems so. And Mohan emphasized in that same chat that they're focused on long-term, scalable ways to monetize Shorts, not just like temporary creator funds. They want it to be sustainable.
That's good to hear. What about that idea they floated about Content ID for Shorts?
Yeah, enhancing Content ID to better track when someone uses your audio or clip in their short and potentially sharing revenue or at least tracking it better. It could make things fairer, especially with remixes and trends.
Interesting. It feels like Shorts is still evolving, finding its footing financially.
Definitely. And Colin and Samir made a good point, too. Shorts can drive growth, yeah, but it might bring in subscribers who only watch shorts, not your longer stuff.
Ah, so it's a different kind of audience engagement potentially, something creators need to be aware of.
Exactly. Strategy matters depending on who you're trying to reach and how.
Which kind of leads into the next point, community. It's not just about views, right? Colin and Samir talked about depth of connection.
Yeah, that qualitative aspect. How deeply are you actually connecting with your audience beyond just subscriber numbers?
And they felt YouTube could do more there. Like needing better tools within YouTube for community, mentioning Discord as the place many creators go.
Right. There's a desire for more than just comments, for deeper interaction with the core fans.
But YouTube is investing in some community areas, like podcasting, isn't it?
Absolutely. They've been rolling out feature-specific analytics for podcast episodes, podcast playlists, making it easier to use RSS feeds. It shows they see value in fostering that kind of listener community on the platform itself.
So maybe YouTube is becoming a more serious podcast platform for creators to consider.
It seems like it. Another way to build that connection, that community base.
Okay, so bringing it all together, looking ahead,
Yeah.
what are the big takeaways, the key trends?
Well, number one has to be connected TV. It's not niche anymore. It's becoming mainstream. Creators really need to think about that living room experience.
For sure. And number two, AI, obviously.
Yeah, AI is a powerful toolkit. It's going to change workflows, enable global reach through translation, spark new creative ideas. Its transformative potential is huge.
But with those caveats we discussed, the ethical challenges.
Right, and underlying all of it, that advice Mona gave Colin and Samir feels crucial. Build your home base. That direct connection with your audience is the foundation for everything else.
Solid advice. Okay, so let's wrap this deep dive up.
Sound good.
We've seen the creator economy is, well, it's absolutely booming, and creators have more ways than ever to earn.
Yep, and people are increasingly watching on the biggest screen in their house, their TV.
Meanwhile, AI is offering these incredible tools, but also posing some really complex questions we need to grapple with.
And through it all, that connection, that community you build with your audience,
Yeah.
that remains the absolute core.
So maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. With technology moving this fast, with viewing habits changing, What completely new kinds of content or ways to connect with an audience might be just around the corner, things we haven't even thought of yet.
Yeah, how can you use these trends, these tools, to build something really meaningful? It's something to think about.
Definitely. If anything specific caught your ear, do check out the full interviews and announcements. We'll pop the links in the description for you.
Hope this has been useful.
Yeah, I hope this deep dives gave you a good shortcut to understanding what's happening in the ever-changing world of YouTube.